Welcome to the 18th FIFA Christmas Awards. Or is it the 19th? Oh, we don't know. We've disingenuously pretended to forget how many times we've held these awards, at least 14 times, so there's a starting point for anyone who cares enough to tot it up. Furthermore, it's now well over a decade since we awarded Bayer Leverkusen an unprecedented FIFA Christmas Awards quadruple, and in honor of their legendary coach Klaus Topmöller kids, ask your grandparents, we declare that now is a time for cigarettes and booze. And curly hair, with locks springy enough to hold a lit cigarette, just in case you have a can of purple tin and a quadruple gin on the go at the same time. But it's also time to dole out a few awards. Mainly because we sense you're losing interest already, and if we don't start soon, the FIFA will be in your bin folder quicker than we can say ga, wah and oh reader, how could you? The Larry David Award for Positivity in Difficult Times. Nothing elicits a smile quite like Roy Keane's Sunshine punditry. He spent most of the year thinking out loud as he tried to develop a cure for Jose Mourinho, pausing to sigh and sadly shake his head at the idea of a man shaving his legs, but he also found time to share a few thoughts on Liverpool. If they were playing out in my back garden, I wouldn't watch them, said Keane, spotting no contradiction between that observation and his role as assistant manager of free-flowing entertainers the Republic of Ireland. The Brian Clough Award for longevity, Frank de Boer, who arrived in London intent on making Crystal Palace play like Ajax, and left 77 days later with a P45 and a newfound realization that you can't make a silk purse out of Christian Benteke. The Glenn Hisson Award for defending Victor Lindelof, whose early displays at centre-back resembled a one-legged cat on a hot-tin roof and left Manchester United fans wistfully recalling the serene elegance of David May and William Prunier. The Madonna Award for naked ambition, Everton, who set their sights on breaking into the top 6 after a busy summer in the transfer market, then spent most of autumn in the bottom 6. It was the worst attempt to reach the next level since Birmingham manager Barry Fry decided the only way to get his club out of the second tier was to break a long-standing curse by mic-curating extravagantly all over each corner flag. It worked, they were relegated. The Kevin Mirallas Award for unilateral idiocy, it's that man Benteke, who nicked a last-minute penalty off Luka Milivojevic for Crystal Palace against Bournemouth, and then missed the bloody thing. Oh, Christian Benteke misses a penalty after acting the big man. Photograph Craig Mercer, Camera Sport via Getty Images. The Sutton United Award for cravenly kowtowing towards the faux outrage brigade. Sky Sports, who issued an on-air apology after Alan McInally said a particularly excitable fan was having a heart attack. As a piece of inadvertent self-satire, it was genius. Honorary mention the Wales FA for hauling their own chief executive, Jonathan Ford, before a disciplinary commission over his comment that the next Wales manager will definitely not be English. The Robocop Award for malfunctioning and going rogue Andy Carroll's elbows, which spent the last few months of 2017 being accused of altering the contours of footballers' faces up and down the country. The Jeff Hurst Award for political correctness, irredeemable tool Kelvin McKenzie, who compared Ross Barkley to a gorilla in their Super Soaraway Son, and then pleaded innocence regarding Barkley's Nigerian heritage. Soon after, McKenzie left the Sun by mutual consent. Hopefully they mutually consented him into the nearest pond and then fell in after him. The Paolo Di Canio Award for respecting officials. Lionel Messi, banned for a World Cup qualifier with Argentina after reportedly offering a linesman a not entirely sensical piece of advice. F off, your mother's a C. He shares the award with Luis Suarez, who called a linesman a midget SHT after Messi's goal was disallowed against Valencia. Make a respect the Al Capone Award for getting their man on a technicality back in March. FIFA banned Russian Deputy Prime Minister Vitaly Muchko from being re-elected to the FIFA Council, basically on an issue of small print, after he failed an eligibility test. What luck, then, when Muchko was fingered by the IOC for overseeing Russia's alleged state-sponsored doping regime. Boo photograph Nick Potts-Pierre the Boris Johnson Award for International Relations back in January, shortly after Marco Silva arrived and promptly improved Hull beyond all recognition despite selling their two best players. Paul Merson and Phil Thompson were invited to chuck in their 2 cents on the affair. And their verdict on this man, flagrantly and ostentatiously not from this country, was firm. Why does it have to be a foreign manager? What's he know about the Premier League? What's he know? Inquired Merson. He's not got a clue, was Thompson's opinion. Still, at least those two weren't sent to Hull to try and smooth things over. The Michael Knighton Award for flamboyant, unsuccessful takeovers in March. Paul Baccaglini, a former nude model, TV presenter and founder of a political party based on lemons, was unveiled as new president of Palermo. 2.